Today I'm going to be watching another experience of someone who I think has moved to Norway. It's called Nobody Told Me That Norway Was This Good. So yeah, interested to see what they enjoyed about Norway. You can tell me what you think as always. Let's enjoy.
You are now listening to the CLR Nation Show with your host, Uncle Chris.
Nobody told me Norway was this good. If they did, I must have tuned out. I touched down in Norway expecting a beautiful few days stop on this Nordic tour. Some fresh air, maybe a few good views, and some meals worth remembering, but I ended up getting so much more, and it'll probably stick with me for a long, long time. First impressions, you say? Okay, the airport. Tromsø Airport came off to me as like some secret location that nobody knew about. It's just so far north that it just kind of made me feel like nobody else was there, but of course there are. Tromsø Airport was small and quaint, clean and non-packed. It just seemed to get straight to the point. There was nothing extra, and that's what I like. Couple their airport with their taxi service, which was outstanding, and this town was already making a great impression on me. They had a few different taxi companies to choose from, so maybe I just got lucky, but man, did we get the nicest driver ever. And he had one of those new BYD electric SUVs that was plush as fuck. So not only did we have a really nice conversation with the driver on our, less than 20-minute drive to our hotel, but your man was kind of riding classy too. But not for nothing, Mans gave us a full scoop, where to go, how to get there, and we even got a friendly little backstory on why he chose to move and stay in Norway.
For me, I prefer small cities. I'm actually coming from village, but as well, villages here, I mean, it's super quiet, you know.
Mans was friendly, warm, and helpful. And coming off of a semi-hectic previous 24 hours, that's kind of what a brother needed. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, that's always good, right? The first impression when you go to a country. I've been to so many countries. It's just so hectic when you get to the airport. You go get taxi and they're trying to rip you off or trying to overcharge you or trying to make it stressful, getting taxi touts and things like that. So it can actually make your whole holiday change just by how you enter a country and the first impression. Tell me if you've ever had like bad first impressions of a country, why as well.
The hotel lodge was nice and lush. It was called the Radisson Blue. I got it for a lovely cheap price, and I am happy for what I got for that price. Have a look.
Nice location.
The room was up on the 9th floor, so I was able to see the Tromsø Bridge from there, called the Tromsø Brua. I'll talk about that later. And a clear view of the water, which I will repeat from another video, slows you down.
What is this place here? Is that some sort of church or something? That's a very interesting building, nice architecture. I mean, this place just looks so quaint and
down in the best way possible. The staff was nice, the room was nice, the view was nice. That first night's sleep was nice. What do I think about the people though? The lovely northern Norwegian folks of Tromsø. Am I about to say that they come off wealthy like the Swiss in Zurich? Am I about to say that they typically look unfriendly like the people here in Germany? Are they like Americans? No, none of those actually. What I personally picked up from the folks in this part of Norway was a complete unbotheredness. Everywhere I walked, folks was warm, polite, inviting. I pick up on energies, vibes. Within seconds of meeting someone and sometimes just seeing someone, I can typically pick up on what those people are giving off. Usually. Everybody here seemed to be okay with the idea that I happen to exist too. And I don't mean that selfishly. What I mean was everything just felt harmonious. How about that? There was this moment where I was smiling at a doggo, and the owner offered us a chance to pet her dog and give it treats. It was just so lovely. That's next level friendliness. In some places you get too close to their dogs, they get the barking at you. And I'm talking about the owners. I saw another example of the people and their mindset at this bibliothèque we stopped by. Yeah, the place looks a little aggressive on the outside, but it was unbelievably calm and quiet and clean. Everyone just respected the facility and what it was, which was a library. Bibliothèque is library in Norwegian and some other languages.
Dumb on.
French.
They love to do that on people's videos in the comments.
These papers and things. That's a really nice library. It's really modern. Big.
Funny thing about the bibliothèque though, there was a movie theater inside downstairs. Books upstairs, cinema downstairs. That's balance, right? That's
So
balance. But the point of it all is I just love how the people seem so relaxed and unbothered. All right, so now comes the food. The seafood in Tromsø, top tier. I'm talking like catch of the day type fresh. It was my choice for 90% of the meals I had there. And yes, part of the other 10% is the reindeer and whale that I had. Okay, listen. Was eating Rudolph and Moby on my list of things I wanted to try when I went to Norway? No. But hey, I did that. You know what else I like? The fact that the water is free everywhere. You never really have to buy any other drink if you don't want to, even though I did at times. Every place brings water by default. Even while walking through a tourist area of museums and a theme park, there was a place to just sit and drink that clean, fresh water that they just have available for you to grab there.
So one thing that, yes?
Yes.
So one thing that I really appreciate since I've been here is the fact that water is completely free. No matter what restaurant you go to, they're gonna give you water for free. It's a big flask. Similar to the ones that are in the back of my head right there. We got that water for free. It's sitting up here at this restaurant, but we didn't want to order a drink. And they said all you have to do is grab your own glass and drink as much as you want. Free water. What are we doing? That's free water.
And as clean as that water tastes there, something tells me that the shops ain't making money selling bottled water. They can't be. And now, the midnight sun. This is where things got kind of spiritual for me. 2 a.m, the sun's still up, and a pretty many people still working or just hanging out is unreal. So in these after hours,
That for me, that must be so like disorienting. Like, tell me if you've experienced that. Like when you see that and you think, oh, it just feels like any time during the day, but it's the middle of the night. It's so strange, but yeah, to see people walking about, because then you've got to imagine it being like dark and these people walking about there, but it's not like if you have this like midnight sun, does your schedule change? Do you ever go out at this time for any reason? Do you make the use of having more daylight hours by sleeping less and doing more things, or do you just try and keep on your normal schedule?
that would be considered late night for you and I, there were still people up. And even then, I don't think I experienced one grouchy person or cold-shouldered person. It just still felt amazing to me. You feel it in the air. Here's a sidebar. I had been vibing since I arrived at the airport and in the taxi on the way to the hotel. I'll talk about this in another video, but there is a reason that this region is called the happiest place on the planet. And here is an Easter egg that I don't think anybody picks up on, but I am willing to bet that it is intentional and strategic. Everywhere we went, easy listening music. The hotel lobby, the shops, the restaurants, the library, 7-Eleven, even on the streets and the speakers up top. Not once did I hear anything loud, angry, or over chaotic. No mumble rap, no scream rock, no top 40 playlists of the same crap music that drives everyone up a wall. Just chill, moody, melodic instrumentals and soothing vocals. And I swear, this changes things. It's like the whole city is just trying to prevent everybody's minds from glitching out. Even bars are given names like No Stress. I'll talk about this in another video, but know that it just might be intentional, and it works. But like I said, you're gonna have to wait until I make a video about it because some of y'all just ain't ready for them kind of talks.
Is that true about the music? Is it always like easy listening music? And that does make a difference. And didn't really notice it until recently. I went to a coffee shop and they were playing like just terrible pop music from like the 2000s. And I was like actually getting annoyed by listening to it because it was just so bad, man. Generic, crappy pop music, man. I was like, I just want to enjoy my coffee. I can't listen to this nonsense music. Any other type of music would have probably been good, but some easy listening, some chill music, lo-fi, something like that, then I'm happy and relaxed, man.
So I ended up crossing the Tromsø Bridge. The taxi driver had suggested getting a ride over, but it took little less than 30 minutes on foot, and I'm glad I did it. It was worth it. The water below the bridge was spectacular. It was overcast this day, so it could have looked better with no clouds, but I still got a good idea of how great this place can look. It was kind of cool that every now and again somebody would pass by us on an e-scooter or a bike, and it was just normal locals looking like they were just commuting normally. But again though, I've just never seen a place that refuses to sleep look so peaceful. The next thing to highlight is the countryside. Like I said, when the sun is shining and lighting everything just right, colors really do pop like a painting. The hills, the water, the valley type architecture, to me all gave off this hippie, really vibey energy. Everything is really settled down here. I mean, look at their Hard Rock Cafe compared to others. So looking at my notes here, there is so much more to come on this channel. I did take a cable car up to Mount Stornsteinen. I wanted to get a panoramic view of the town and also to see the midnight sun. I took a calming walk through a very quiet village.
In case you wanted to know what it's like to live in an apartment where you have a glass balcony, this is what it's like.
I documented many meals, including the reindeer. I tried many drinks, including one from what's called the tiniest bar in the world, and much, much more. So get subscribed because you don't want to miss all the fun. And you know what? This is only Norway. I went to 2 more countries.
That was good. I like that. Go subscribe to his channel. Nice editing, good personality. Yeah, really interesting place, Tromsø. So I've not really watched many videos about Tromsø before. Pretty nice, as I say, quaint place, but actually when you get deeper into it, it just seems like a very enjoyable place to visit. As I say, very relaxing, some nice things to go and see. Just a very scenic place, like definitely the sort of place that's perfect to just walk around and just feel at ease and just enjoy the environment. So tell me what you think about this. Thanks.